Hello and welcome everyone, I am Maddles and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. So, we are in game 2 of a best of 3 from the Zotac Cup. It is between EmpireHappy, the red Terran player in the top left. He's playing against roxkisFRAER, the green Protoss player in the lower right. The map is Ohana, and as I said, game 2 of a best of 3. So whoop! If you haven't watched game 1, then you're probably wondering what's the score. So the giveaway is probably going to go any second. Basically, EmpireHappy is 1-0 up. There we go. Look at it all there. So, damn those observers giving it away. But seriously, check out game 1 on my channel if you want to see it. That is, of course, youtube.com/Maddles91. Also, those of you who are observing may see that I've changed my Twitter tag as well. That's been changed over to @MaddlesSC2, away from SC2 England, because basically I'm doing loads of other stuff, such as I just got back from Insomnia 46, the UK's biggest gaming festival, and I was casting all the SC2 there. And basically, Maddles is easier to do as my tag as opposed to the channel name of SC2 England. So that's cool. Keep an eye out for obviously that. Give it a follow as well, because I mean right now probably would have gone by the time this video is made public, but basically I've just done a giveaway for a Mad Cat headset, gaming headset, for free basically, so that's pretty cool. So keep an eye out for things like that. Also like, subscribe, and also leave a cool comment on this video. That'd be awesome. Now anyway, let's get back to this game. So basically we've got a fairly standard opening out of Happy. He's getting his barracks up, everything's good. Down to FRAER's side, he's not going for that Nexus first as he did in game 1. He's getting a bit of a safer gateway. I still expect quite a fast expansion because Ohana lends itself to it due to this narrow ramp. You can also fully wall off here because you can take out these back ramps ready to go to the third, and then you only have to worry about this spot in terms of defense. So that's all really, really nice. Looking up at Happy's base, I don't know what really he's going to do. He's got so many different options, and that's what's really nice. I mean, essentially in game 1 we did see the more typical sense of you get up Marines, Marauders, Medevac with Stim, and then the Protoss player either gets High Templar or Colossus. So pretty much that went standard. We've got no gas out yet for Happy, so that suggests that he is going to go for a command center after this barracks, which is exactly what this SCV is moving down for. So that is all pretty good. A 1 rack CC opening is very, very potent. It's still safe, but it does mean that you get out that expansion quick. You have great income, and your mid game will be a lot more strong. We should also see a bunker chucked down around here just to be really, really safe. That bunker means that any early poking and prodding by, say, a 1 Zealot Stalker won't be able to be too annoying. Now we do have 300 minerals banked up there for FRAER as well, so he's probably expanding, and that's all good. I mean, both these players are clearly aiming for a more potent mid-game, which is more and more what you see at pro level. You don't tend to see early cheeses or anything like that so much. I mean, sometimes you do in a best of 3, purely because if you're a game up, such as Happy, it can be worth going for, say, 2 proxy racks or something, because, let's face it, if it works, you've just won the series, woohoo. If it doesn't, you go to game 3 and you can do something more legit. But looking around, both these players are super, super good, so hopefully we will see something fun come out of it. Now, the second gas just dropping down now for FRAER. That's a good timing. Still no gas yet for Happy. If we look at the scouting information of both of these players, neither one is actually scouted yet, which is quite hilarious, but the bunker being there does obviously give away to FRAER that the expansion is down. Meanwhile, though, Happy, he has no clue. He literally has no idea what's going on. We'll probably get a scan off at some point. Building a 3rd command center. This is the most macro-intensive build you can go for. Income is the focus here. 1 rack CCCC build. That is bold. Here comes down the extra barracks. Now, the reason I'm saying that's so bold is there was no scouting information at all. He has no clue at all what's going on. It's just like, I'm just going to build command centers, you know? Like, he can come at me, bro, but I've got more bases, so try killing them all. Also known as the Empire cast strategy, which is absolutely hilarious. Anyone who did watch the Antec attack, which I cast, of course, for Definitive Esports, was literally that. Cast every time you get in, I swear you just build nothing but command centers. Now, this is a good little bit of poking and prodding. Exactly what I was saying. Get that bunker down early on, and you are safe as safe can be. You're basically in a nuclear fortress because, let's face it, 1 Zealot and a Stalker are not going to be able to poke and prod. 2 more gateways being added on here by FRAER. He's also just about to finish up that warp gate tech, which is, of course, critical. But both players are really focused on their economy. That Stalker starting to chip away at the rocks will take an absolute eternity, but that doesn't matter. And you know why it doesn't? Because, let's face it, it starts going down, it's going to open up another avenue of attack. Now, this probe, this is suggesting we're going to see some poking and prodding, because there goes down the pylon. So, just sitting there waiting for that to come down. We've got some sentries on their way across. We've got those 3 gateways there. Not too much in terms of pressure. We do have a scan coming off. Where was that scan? There we go, there's the scan coming off, so that is all good right now. That is basically Happy, just trying to get some information. The pylon finished, we should see a warp in. There we go, literally right on cue. Quite a few stalkers coming in, we've got some sentries. I'll take the ground number to, well, 4 sentries, and we've also got those 4 stalkers, so not enough to do huge amounts of damage, but can be quite annoying. Obviously with the bunker there with the extra marines, it could be a bit of a pain. The third gas up now for Happy, who's also getting his engineering base. They're going to be getting some upgrades. He's got, of course, Stim just started. He's getting up the factory as well. The reactor coming down on one of the barracks, the second tech lab coming up as well on the other barracks. So okay, marine marauders are going to be on the way. Another forward pylon. Now this is quite good. This is just 3 gauge pressure, so this is going to allow for expansions behind, but this is a lot of units right now. A force field goes off to prevent the repair. SUVs are being pulled, but they are not there in time. The bunker goes down. That is problems right there for Happy. There's also obviously not a complete wall off. Some mules are going down, some SUVs are going down. The lift is forced from Happy right now, and this is a potent attack. All 3 of these supply depots will go down at the very least. That will supply block Happy, I do believe, and that is going to be a pain. He's going to have to rebuild them. He's building up 2 bunkers ever so quickly. Of course, they are already on fire, so that's all good. And now that was an absolutely great force field, preventing anything from coming over. Now obviously the zealots aren't going to be able to get in either, but this is a nice little trap right there. And these stalkers are going absolutely to town on that orbital command. If they pick that off, that's a big loss, but there's one Happy prepared earlier. And essentially Happy is pretty much supply block. That is going to be annoying. He's lost an awful lot of stuff. The orbital command is solo. The repair going off though as quickly as it can, but obviously this is FRAER able to take out a lot of SCVs. He needs to stay out of the range of those bunkers or he won't have fun times. And basically Happy is doing a monster defense right now. It's pretty sweet, so we'll wait and see what else goes down. Meanwhile, back at FRAER's base, he's got up his robotic facility, all 4 gas. He's getting up, well, the double forge, so that's going to be double upgrade. Stim's still not finished. That of course is going to be delaying things quite massively. But if we look at the worker count, 33 to 46, and when you consider the fact that Happy does have 3 orbital commands up, he should be doing a lot better than that in terms of the worker counts. How many were killed? Only 10. It seemed like way more than that, but if we look at the loss tab, 1300 compared to 600, so over double the resources lost for Happy compared to FRAER. That was a good push, guys. He's also managed to start getting up his 3rd base, which is exactly what he wants to be doing. And, well, now we do have the Starport coming up, the reactor, so we're going to see medevacs coming out, more racks being added on. This is an infantry heavy build. We do now have the +1 infantry weapons on their way. +1 infantry armor wasn't yet started, but 1-1 is on its way out here from FRAER. Double upgrades compared to single upgrades. Concussive shell and combat shield on the way out for Happy. He's really up for upgrading everything. Stim, of course, is done. He does now have his natural base re-secured. He's floated that back down there. His 3rd will probably come down here. It seems to be where he's going, but that seems like an odd position to go to as opposed to there. I would imagine he will float over here, but obviously that's closer, so there's the 2 options, except this is a lot more vulnerable. It'll be a bit tougher to defend. So we'll wait and see. Obviously FRAER has nearly got up his 3rd base. That factory is trying to land on top of the base. Won't work though. Double upgrades are on the way. The robotics bay is done, so the first Colossus is coming down now. And really just having a poke and prod around. We've got quite a few units. We've got that missile turret just for the detection there ready. Don't want DTs on their way into the base. The first medevac should be coming out shortly. We then could see some drop play coming down because, I mean, obviously we do have these stalkers here because this is a nice little cliff to take advantage of. You've also got this back area here where you can poke in. And now, is it me or is the graphics over here absolutely diabolical? That is terrible. Like, that was really low quality images. Clearly no one was meant to go and look over there. But anyway, if we just take a look, we do have Happy. He's poking out forward with a bit of units. Let's look at actually the worker count. The army supply is there in the favour of FRAER as well as the worker supply. If we look at the income, pretty much equal in terms of, well, no, actually FRAER well ahead. In both gas and minerals, and that is factoring in mules as well. This 3rd orbital command is now going, is taking the base he should be. I was scared for a moment. The double drop geared up, but there are those stalkers, and if Happy doesn't pay attention, he's going to lose an awful lot of stuff there as well. The armory is on its way out for Happy as well. That's to allow the 2-2 upgrades to start because 1-1 is nearly finished. 1-1 already gone and finished for FRAER. Has got up the Twilight count. I'm surprised he hasn't started up those 2-2 upgrades yet. Now that double drop will have to pause for the moment. We've got a lot of units moving across the map, and the production is pretty nice. +2 infantry weapons on the way out. Blink on the way out, of course, for FRAER as well. He does have Colossus numbers building up. His 3rd one is about to be out soon. That single factory is taking some hits. All the scouting information needed, though. We'll see the double chrono boost off on the double forge. And, well, units are coming to the front. And now, what I imagine Happy will do is he'll keep this drop situated in. But that is not a good drop position. 1 medevac goes down incredibly quickly. The drop does manage to go off, though. And now, obviously, we should hope to see a lot of units pull back. But that is not what we're going to see at all. and therefore this two-prong attack, an attack was aimed for the third there, won't go down. That was cleaned up very nice by FRAER. This is completely different to what we saw in game 1, and he's managing things a lot better. If we take a look, the double upgrade still on their way out. 2-1, +1 infantry armor about to finish. Those rocks getting taken down. The third, of course, is up for both players, but if we look at the word count, 67 to 47 in FRAER's favour. That affects the income this way. Obviously, Happy still is keeping up in terms of the mineral income because of mules, but gas, that's a big difference. About 200 more gas being mined a minute compared to Happy for FRAER. That's great. Another double drop gearing up. Now, this, I think, is a bit strange. If it didn't work the first time, trying again may not be the best idea. We do have the Templar Archives on the way out. Photon Cannon coming down as well. This is crazy. We have more gateways being added on. Obviously, Colossus plus High Templar with Storm means massive splash. And, well, that would be very effective. But, of course, Happy managed to deal with it incredibly well initially. Those two cannons are down, although the medevac should be able to slide through here. If I'm not mistaken, it should be able to get through, but this is a lot of units. We've got the first Vikings on their way out. 3 Colossus are on the field. There is a 4th one somewhere, although where it is I'm not quite sure yet, unless I'm being blind. No, all 4 are there, so I am not quite sure what is going on, but anyway, let's take a quick peek. We've got units moving across. We've got, obviously, a counter position coming in from FRAER, and he's not going to be able to get down there and deal with this. That is only a small force. The drop has gone down, though, in the main. This is doing big damage as we speak. And that first Nexus is probably going to fall because the units are so far out of position. And this is exactly what we saw in game 1, and where Happy really started taking a dominating stride as he took out that main Nexus, and then just started really dominating FRAER, so it'll be interesting to see whether that does continue. The Colossus are on their way back though, and everything is now going to die, basically. A lift does go off, but I think the Stalker should be able to pick it off. Blink is done, so again, a good Blink would get away, but that medevac by some miracle gets away. But that was a great Blink onto the low ground, and the medevac gets taken out, so that is obviously very annoying. We do have these Colossus moving forward. We've got everything moving back for Happy. Sorry about the misclick there. And, well, we've got the Ghost Academy on its way out, ready to deal with those High Templar. Storm only just starting researching now. We do have another tech lab added on, +1 ship weapons coming out for Happy, ready to deal with FRAER's Colossus. He is also getting out that +2 infantry armor, but 3-3 on the way out for FRAER. So the upgrade advantage is there for FRAER. 2-2 versus 2-1. And that is all very nice. Quite a few Stalkers getting caught out of position, but a good Blink gets them away. You want to be careful with losing units for nothing, essentially. Anything else than that, and you get very far behind. If we look at the engagement, about 1,000 more resources lost for Happy compared to FRAER, but income-wise, obviously, I think it's leveled up quite considerably. But here we go, we've got a big engagement coming in, a good arc there for Happy. FRAER not happy with that engagement angle, so does pull back. That's a good move. We should see some great force fields, and now all of those units are going to come down. The Colossus are still up at the moment and shredding this infantry ball to pieces. Those Vikings are not focus firing at all, they're just going out on anything, and FRAER has so much momentum right now. If we look at this, the army supply is equal, but all 4 Colossus are still up. That is so good for FRAER. He can warp in units very quickly, but he can't rebuild those Colossus very quickly. So that is why that was so good for FRAER. If we look at the resources lost, 9,800 compared to 8,200 of FRAER. Happy, he has got problems right now. If we look at the income, Happy is now starting to pull ahead just because he did manage to pick off that main base, which is only now just coming back into operation, but a 4th base being taken out by FRAER, and, well, essentially, Happy, he's got to be defensive because FRAER is going to have that momentum. He's got those Stalkers. 3-3 is 3/4 done. And once that kicks in, those Colossus are doing such huge damage. There is just 1 High Templar, but it's not there. This is a good engagement angle. Happy's units are not all in the same place, but they are trying to come around to get behind. But SCVs being pulled, they're getting absolutely shredded. There's big economical damage being done. So many Colossus are up. And, well, they're trying to move back and kite backwards, but they're not going to be able to run away with Sim, so they may as well fight and do as much damage as they can. And damage is precisely what they're going to be doing. In comes an awful lot of Zealots, and, well, we saw some feedbacks on the medevacs. We do now have an Archon morphing in. The Zealots are following this up, and to be honest, I don't see how Happy you can defend this. 3-3 is about to finish, and there is the GG from Happy. So, we do see their FRAER managing to do an awesome job of leveling up this series 1-on-1. I am Maddles, this was an SE2 England cast, and flick over to my channel to find game 3 of this best of 3, but before you go, like, comment and subscribe. New top games up every single day of the week, so make sure you check back to my channel, but I'll see you at game 3 any second. Bye for now.